Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Christine. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how we use 5 in a row. If you're new here, my kids are 7, 5, and 3, and this is our 3rd year homeschooling. I was also homeschooled for a lot of my schooling years, and I loved it, and I'm really excited to be doing it with my children as well. I share lots of homeschool content here on this channel, so feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Today, I'm going to be chatting to you about 5 in a row, specifically before 5 in a row, and how I am using this with my 3-year-old. So I don't know when I chatted about this specifically, if it was on my Instagram or in a term update or something, but I shared that I wanted to do something with my daughter, but I didn't want to do like a full preschool curriculum. She is going to be 4 in October, so she's almost 4. But the reason I wanted to do something with her is because I wanted some one-on-one time with her that is, I'm somebody who, if it's written down and it's on a schedule, I'll get it done. But if I just have like this abstract idea of like, I want to do this, it probably won't get done because there's just so many things that are like pulling at my attention that I get drawn away very quickly and distracted by, whatever else needs doing. And so if it's not written down, I'm not great at following through. So I knew that I wanted some sort of program, but I didn't want it to be a traditional like ABC 1, 2, 3 preschool curriculum. That's what we're going to be doing next year. When she's 4, she'll be close to like 4.5 by that point, and I feel like it's more appropriate then for her. Some 3-year-olds are very like ready for more of a set curriculum like that. My older daughter certainly was. But with this daughter, I just don't feel that same pull. She's also my last kiddo, and I just want to really savor these moments. Gosh, I don't want to think about it too hard. It makes me want to cry. But like, these years are fleeting, and to be honest, I actually find this age very bittersweet. It's really, really hard as far as like discipline and teaching, concepts and like the big feelings and the tantrums and all of that. It's really, really hard sometimes on a day-to-day basis dealing with all that stuff and doing it in the right way, while also savoring the moment and savoring the time that I have with them and their littleness and the sweet things they say and often their eagerness to help and participate and be involved in things. And so I don't know, the more kids you have and the closer you get to like, this is the last one, I think the more you realize that. And I just really wanted to savor this time I have with her. And so I thought about 5 in a row because I've done a little bit of 5 in a row with my son, like a year or two, it must be 2 years ago now. But one of the issues is it can be really expensive to get all the books and that kind of thing, and so I was like, I don't know. But then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it because I can resell this stuff. So I got it all off of Amazon. I got before 5 in a row, which this is very specific. I think it's ages 2 to 4. It's mainly meant for. You could definitely expand on the lessons if you wanted to, but it's meant for the preschool age. And this is their latest edition, so it's all updated. And then I got a bunch of the books. I didn't get all of the books because I'm not planning on using this as like a full, thorough curriculum. But I want to say I didn't even get half. I probably got a quarter. I just basically calculated how much of the school year we had left and how many books I wanted to get done in that time and ordered that many books. So I've got a couple of them that we've already done. I've got The Snowy Day. And this is one we just finished, Goodnight Moon. And this is the one we're just about to start, The Carrot Seed. So I've got a few different ones. And yeah, like I said, I ordered them all on Amazon because it was just easier. And it ended up being the most cost-effective way for me to do it. I did it through Amazon Australia. If you're also in New Zealand, that is how I did it. It was the cheapest way. And I got free shipping on pretty much all of it. I think I paid like $4 shipping in the end or something like that. And actually, what ended up happening is my order got severely delayed by like a week or 2. That's what they considered it, like severely delayed. And so they refunded me like basically the entire order. And I was blown away. I was like, but I still got it. And they're like, yeah, but it was delayed. I was like, well, okay then. I'm not going to say no to that. So that was a blessing. It wasn't for the entire order, but it was for a lot of the order. So this book if you've never seen before 5 in a row before, and how it works is essentially you're reading a book and you read it through, they say 5 times. You can read it through however many times you want. So you're doing it every day for like 5 days in a row, and every day you touch on a new subject. So it covers lots of different subjects, like I'll read a few of them off. There's Bible, language arts, loving relationships, colors, patterns, and combinations, fine arts, literature, math, poetry and art. Like there's lots of different subjects that you can pull from and teach your child. And this is the kind of curriculum where people will say, like, what can you do with it? And it's like, well, how long is a piece of string? So you can do as little or as much with it as you like. So I'm just going to show you here. There is a little section that talks about making the most of it. It's actually a beautiful sort of letter at the beginning from the author. And it's actually not aimed directly at homeschoolers. It's because a lot of people teach preschool at home, even if they don't intend on homeschooling past that. The letter's really sweet, and it's basically like, you're not gonna, at the end of your life, you're not gonna wish that you had worked more. You're gonna wish that you had spent more time with your kids. And it's true. And that's exactly, it just like sort of reaffirmed that this was exactly the curriculum that I was after. Sorry, my memory card was full, so I had to go and delete a bunch of stuff. That was my own fault for not clearing it before I started filming. Where were we? Here we go. Here is a spread. So this is what it'll look like. It'll give you the title and information, and then it goes straight into, like, it gives you a summary, and then it goes straight into like the potential lesson plans. So for instance, this is Jessie Bear, what will you wear? And it says Bible, a cheerful heart maketh good medicine, Proverbs 17:22, and a happy heart makes a cheerful face, Proverbs 15:13. Repeat that often in a cheerful way. So it kind of gives you a jumping off point for what you can then teach with your child. So you can create like a whole extensive lesson on something. You could pull different activities from Pinterest. You can do as much as you want with it. Now, how I use it with my daughter is we get the book and we snuggle up on one of our blue armchairs in the living room. I always say go to Mama's chair because that's typically where I sit. And we snuggle up and we read the book together, and it is the best thing ever, snuggling up and doing that. And then we turn to the lesson plan in here. And I generally know what I'm going to do with her. And we'll sort of read through that, and I'll pick through it, what I need to do, and we'll have a discussion. And then if there's any sort of activity, we'll do that. But I have kept it extremely simple. For the most part, on a lot of the days, it's just sitting there and then discussing a concept or looking back at the book and like picking out the different colors and shades and talking about shapes or talking about animals, going over nursery rhymes and poetry and things like that. So I've kept it very simple. There were things like the snowy day. Oh my word, my daughter loved this book, and she still asks me like every day to read this book. She just loves it. And in here, it talked about making your own footprints. And so we went outside and she stood on the wet grass and then walked on the concrete and made her footprints. And she just, that tickled her so much. She just loved it. And she was like, talks about it all the time. But really, that's like the extent of the activity that I do with her. It's mostly just reading and discussion and teaching her to look for things. And children learn without us needing to like push them at that age. They really do. They just learn through play and learn through the world around them. But I've always wanted my kids to be exposed to good literature. And she already is, because I read aloud to them every day over breakfast pretty much. And so she's very used to listening to like a chapter at a time from a chapter book. And but I wanted something very specific to her, like to do something specifically with her and for her. And so that is how we're using Before 5 in a Row. And the way that I do it is when I plan it out, I use my Anavance homeschool planner in the lesson plans at the back. And I have that linked in the description below because people ask me about it all the time, and I have used it for years now. So I've got that link down below. But I use that section to plan out what we're going to do. And so I just look over these lessons and what is suggested in here. And if I want to do any extra activities, like say I want to print out a coloring page, or maybe get another book and read that book as well to sort of go over the concept, or maybe a Bible verse that I want to memorize or go over with her, then I'll jot that down in there. And the way our schedule works is I try to do 3 lessons a week. So we actually end up reading through the book 6 times instead of 5 times, but it's not consecutive days. So we'll do it on, usually I think I do it a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Thursday. But it's quick. It's like 10-15 minutes and it's done. And she is loving it and I love it. It's just doing exactly what I wanted for us. And the problem is now I don't know if I'll end up reselling it, because I'm probably going to pass these all down to my sisters when they start homeschooling their kids, because they've got like 2-year-olds now. So by the time I'm done with it, they'll be coming up to the time where they might want to be using it. So I don't know if I'll end up selling it after all. But that is how we're using Before 5 in a Row. I'm really enjoying it, and I do recommend it if you want something that is about spending quality time with your child and reading good books and just having a very flexible, sort of non-traditional preschool curriculum. Then it is worth checking out. Because I live in New Zealand, it's harder to find these things secondhand, but if you're in the States, for sure, look online, look on thrift books, look in Facebook buy, sell, swap, homeschool groups, and you'll probably quite easily pick up what you want without spending a fortune. So that's something to consider. Anyway, if you do have questions about it, please leave them down in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye!
If the world had more of your smile, what if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars,